Namaste and good morning. Welcome to our continuing series on homeopathy with our beloved Dr. Pachagavkar. We were back speaking of women now and polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Yes.
It might be a very good subject.
See, even cysts are very common. It's very interesting to note how the cysts are formed. Though I won't call it a normal or healthy pathology, but at the same time it's very common and relatively harmless. See, each month either of the ovaries start getting one ovum matured in the Graafian follicle, and once the ovum is matured, the Graafian follicle ruptures and releases the ovum. And if this ovum is not fertilized with male gamete, then the preparation which is prepared in the uterus for receiving the zygote gets desquamated. This exactly happens after 14 days of releasing of ovum, or what ovulation we call it. So this is a normal menstrual physiology, that every month, almost every month, there would be one ovum which will be released by rupture of Graafian follicle, and then there would be a desquamation in the form of menstrual bleeding. Sometimes what happens, even if the ovum grows in the ovary, the Graafian follicle fails to rupture. The ovum is not released, and it remains there in the form of cysts. And our menstrual system in general gets confused. So uterus, which has prepared itself for receiving the fertilized zygote, cannot wait eternally for this. So that preparation is desquamated again in the form of menstruation, which can be treated as anovulatory cycle, because that ovum is not released. So even if generally when ovum is released after 14 days, the menstrual cycle comes. But here in such cases where the ovum fails to get released, it remains in the form of cyst, so there would be anovulatory menstrual cycle. So first symptom comes is irregular menstrual cycles. This is the first symptom of ovarian cyst. This can happen because of anything, especially the stress. Then what happens, the other ovum, either from the same ovary or the other ovary, starts getting matured, and then it gets ruptured if everything is all right. So the earlier cyst remains just like that, and again the system performs in a healthy way, and the menstruation can continue. So in normal course, in each female, one or two cysts is a common phenomena. You find one or two cysts. So only when you have more than 10 cysts formed, we call it polycystic ovarian disease. It can be in both the cysts. So simple cysts are very common. If one or two cysts are there, the gynecologists don't react to it. They consider it as a common phenomena, a routine common phenomena, like a part of physiology, where
and no treatment
is necessary, because body itself has compensated and started ovulating normally. So the system has mechanism to overcome it, so it remains just pass. Only thing is, body needs much respite to get rid of the old cysts. So body doesn't react to old cysts, whereas at present the generative system performs perfectly in a healthy fashion. So there we don't need any intervention. Only intervention is needed where the ovulatory cycles fail to appear, there are multiple cysts, and so if the number of cysts is beyond 10, then only we label the female as having polycystic ovarian disease. Now, we don't call it disease. Earlier, the terminology was PCOD, the polycystic ovarian disease, but now we call it just polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Yes.
Syndrome. And only if the female is finding it difficult to conceive, in that case, or if there is hormonal change which is drastic, we think of intervening. Otherwise, it's a physiological phenomena, the system can overcome it. The first and foremost sign we get of PCOS is the female develops hair on the upper lip. That is the first sign. If the female is in a menstruating age, childbearing age, and if the female develops secondary sexual characters like male, developing hair on the upper lip like mustaches, we suspect that the female has PCOS. And now, thanks to this sonography, it's the most non-invasive technique, and with that imaging we can locate whether the female has multiple cysts and treat it. Homeopathy has wonderful remedies to treat such disorders. The hormonal levels are corrected, the further progress of PCOS also is stopped, the menstrual cycles are regulated, and ovulatory cycles are achieved, and therefore it helps in even infertility.
So even if one has 8 cysts, it would not be considered dangerous?
Not at all. See, we have cases where it's a very funny case. Like one female was referred to me for infertility. She was not conceiving even for 8 years after marriage, and with all other regular, counseling and all. When we started treating on the basis of totality, she conceived. But the cysts were there, the multiple, they were beyond 10. It was a declared case of polycystic ovarian cyst. And cysts were there and she did conceive. Then we referred her for antenatal checkup to the regional gynec hospital. And that gynecologist was saying, no, these cysts might interfere the continuation of pregnancy. We have to aspirate them. Nowadays, because of laparoscopic aspiration, it's very easy to aspirate. But then the relatives asked me, I said, no, nothing doing. When the system has allowed the conception, then these ovarian cysts will not matter. And then I referred to other senior gynecologists who is more conservative, because I know her father used to give homeopathic treatment. He was MD gynecologist in Solapur and a good friend of Dr. Mistry, who is a surgeon. So I knew, so I referred to his hospital, and that hospital also declared nothing doing, healthy pregnancy is there, and she did carry on the pregnancy and delivered a normal baby in spite of having these cysts.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.